Welcome back, everybody. We're good to go. I believe it's time for game number 2 of Titan versus Scythe Singapore. It's the playoffs of the ACG Southeast Asia Best of the Best. Big thanks for joining us today. Had some fantastic matches so far. We had a good semi-final between Titan and Sahara Zero Latitude. Titan taking a fairly straightforward win, but here we are. They met with much stricter opponents, and so far Scythe have proven to be the stronger opponent as they take game number 1 in this best of 3. On the back of a miracle Naga Siren, and right off the bat, this to me is like a defeatist attitude. Not so much defeatist attitude. Like, I don't mind banning out heroes you just lost to, but like this is like straight up just saying, look, we lost because of these. I don't know. I mean, they did lose because of the Naga Siren and the Ancient Apparition, but like you just don't normally see like such direct respect bans. Like, I mean, you compare this to casting like other scenes, be it be the European games or the Chinese games. They don't normally pin the blame on one hero doing too much. They'll pin it on more of a team aspect, and they'll look at the more influential heroes in a way. Which is, to me, this game, the AA. I feel like the Naga Siren, they dealt with well enough, but ultimately it was the AA who just got completely out of hand with such an incredibly fast Aghanim Scepter, but they decided to just play things at their own tempo. Here in game number 2, Titan say, look, we've had enough. No Naga Siren for you. So, hopefully, guys, for those of you on the stream, hopefully things have settled down with the lag. I did a bit of tweaking and fiddling, and hopefully the FPS issues is no longer as bad. I'm hoping it's fixed. Hoping. Cross my fingers. Unfortunately, the audio cabling is not fixed, so there's still no Dota TV audio, which I do strongly apologize for all the Dota TV viewers. It's just something out of our control at this point with our new studio setup here, but we're getting it fixed as soon as possible. We've ordered the new equipment that we need, and we'll hopefully be bringing you guys the best possible coverage of the SDA Best of the Best. Big thanks to eClub for hosting this. If you want to support eClub, head on over to eclubstore.com. You can buy official Dota 2 merchandise there, the Valve merchandise, at the best prices for Southeast Asia, because they are the Valve partner for Southeast Asia as the game publisher. That's right. That's the right word I was looking for. So if you want to support eClub, check out eclubstore.com. And also a big thanks to the sponsor for this specific tournament, which is NVIDIA GeForce GTX. So big thanks to our sponsors as well as organizers. And we'll get things underway here. Game number 2. Scythe. What have they got in mind here? They're going for a Sanking Nature's Prophet with their first 2 picks. They always got to have some kind of rat. You don't get the Naga Siren, they say, sweet, we'll take the Nature's Prophet instead. Trade one rat for another. And, oh, there we go. That's hopefully a bit better. I'm peeking out a little bit. I'm hearing static. I don't know if you guys get static. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. We can cope with that. I think it's just a very empty room that's just like, this the sound just dies in this room. It does kind of feel like I'm in a vacuum-packed room. But let's get things underway. Oh, apparently my FPS is bad. We just got things started, guys. How can the FPS be bad? Let me get a... I don't have console open, otherwise I'd check my FPS.
Radiant team
but frame rate is should be okay. Should be passable at least. As we try to push out a we're trying to push out a 1080p stream. Maybe that's the problem. It's the caster drunk. Anyways, let's get things underway. Centaur Warrior going to be the second pick for Titan. They've really liked this pick throughout today. Something they're leaning back towards constantly. And we'll see exactly how they look to use this. And generally been playing the offlane, whether it's a solo or going to have supports up there with him protecting him. It's one of the big questions here. Then we get into the second ban. Titan actually take out the jungle enchantress themselves this time around, as well as an invoker, and then we look towards Scythe banning out the morphling. Something that we had KYXY playing earlier today. Up against Sahara Zero Latitude.
Remaining.
As we'll see exactly what their last ban's going to be. They get banned and then pick, so they can ban something out, and then we'll pick directly afterwards. So ban out one of the counters to whatever they may want to pick if it's some kind of carry here. And they ban out the last jungle, the Chen. Something they're not going to go for Chen or Enchantress. They have no interest in it, nor do they want Extinct to be handling one of his best heroes. So, Chen gets out of the pool. No strong tier 1 junglers left. Like, you still got your Doom type heroes, you got your Enigma, but generally it's the Chen the Enchantress who are your preferred junglers, especially for a team like Titan with Extinct over there. So I think more likely we'll see them just go for a more standard lane set. The
10
Visage still in the
seconds
pool,
remaining.
and that's something Extinct has played a hell of a lot of. Sanking Leshrac. Ooh, we get the good old pony. Leshrac. I've not seen him in a while. One of those kind of like forgotten heroes almost. He used to be so popular. Remember when Leshrac used to be first pick material? Those were the good old days. Those were the good days. Sometimes you'd play him as support. You'd even play him as a safe lane farmer. This hero used to be strong, but no longer quite his same position in the current metagame, with the mostly just the hero pool expanding so much and there being just more versatile supports. You look at supports such as Ancient Apparition, and then your heroes like Sand King, Shadow Shaman, even heroes like Rubik. They just offer a lot more versatility. Rubik's got the instant stun with the telekinesis. He's got a kind of reliable instant spam spell and Fade Bolt. Like Leshrac's spam spell, Lightning, has a long wind up, not exactly easy to cast. Split Earth is easy to dodge, not exactly all that reliable, compared to a Telekinesis, which is also an AoE stun. An AoE stun which you can kind of place, as well as guaranteeing a direct stun on whoever you target on. So in a lot of ways it's a whole lot better. But we'll look to see what Titan look to, what they think of this Leshrac pick and where they look to go with this. I'm wondering where the Alchemist fits in, if this is going to be a support Alchemist or the kind of solo mid-type Alchemist. And there's your Visage, so Alchemist Visage does potentially create a very, very strong support duo. You get the if you can get them roaming around, setting up a lot of kills, they're going to be feeling great about their start. This is where Titan look to get very aggressive early on. I imagine they do leave the center in the solo role just so they can get the level 6 Stampede coming into play as early as possible. And Center Alchemist is actually a pretty neat combo. Not something you generally think of, but just having the Stampede for when Alchemist channels his stun to give him that extra movement speed boost to get in there. Make sure he chucks it out before he stuns himself. Could fit in quite nicely with Titan's early game aggression that they love to go for. Titan, I mean, I say historically, because they were a new team, but back when they were under Orange Esports, with this same 4-core plus Mushi instead of Yamate, it was all about dominating the lane stage, getting off to the early game start, and dominating the early game stage not just through strong lanes, but through strong ganks. They will roam around the map a lot. That's where you see Extinct play a lot of Chen Enchantress, get the early kills. You'll often see, like a standard Orange Esports game, or this current team game, would be 10 minutes in, they're up by 5 kills, they're up by a tower or 2, and maybe have like a 3 to 5k gold lead. That's standard draft from Titan, or at least the old Orange Esports. Like, they would always be looking to get that early game advantage, and sometimes it would come at the cost of maybe letting 1 or 2 of the enemy heroes get a bit more than they should be getting, but you get an early lead and you can look to try and snowball from there, at least control the game from there. And that's what a draft with an Alchemist Visage can potentially do. We do look towards a Puck, so Scythe make sure they've got a fairly durable mid-hero who's not that prone and susceptible to those ganks. And we'll see what Titan look to respond with. They don't have to pick up their mid-hero as of just yet, but they know the Puck almost fairly certainly going to go mid. I say fairly certainly, there's still other ways they can play this one. We've seen a lot of these sort of dual lane type things mid. We've seen even Western teams run these sort of Puck in a safe lane role. The Puck AA dual lane, with like that was a classic. That actually completely destroyed. I think it was Cloud9 with a Puck AA dual lane, and then they did a kind of dual lane mid with their actual carry hero. And it worked out fantastic for to get to the end of that story. Titan now chewing through a lot of their extra time. They've got just 20 seconds to decide what it is they want to get with this 4th pick of theirs, and it is probably getting to that crucial stage of the draft where every second counts a lot. They really want to think through all their options here and deciding whether they get their mid hero now, whether the Alchemist even going to be a support, whether they get their carry. What's it going to be? 1 second remaining. Spectre. I think that was a pick. I think that would have been a random. This is greedy. Look at this aggressive lineup from Scythe with Sanking Leshrac. Very powerful duo. The Puck as well, good tempo control. Nature's Prophet to split push, gank in the early game. Spectre is ballsy.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, we've seen one big back and forth game.
5 seconds
Happy
remaining.
March 22nd, everyone. 322 day.
Data team
Just happy to. It was funny that someone brought that up. And funnily enough, I don't know how factual this is. Someone was saying in chat or on Twitter that the Manta drop to pick up the gem that KYXY did last game was more or less at 3:22 p.m. Singapore
5
time.
seconds
Maybe
remaining.
like give or take a couple minutes. But it was, and when I looked at the clock and I was like, it was like 3:45. But I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he dropped his Manta about 20 minutes ago. That could actually be almost true. He dropped his Manta style at 3:22 p.m. on 3:22. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that close, but I definitely like to think somehow that actually happened. And I feel bad for KYXY. This guy's a phenomenal player. Like, I'm not trying to belittle him. He's got some insane skills, but that was not his finest moment in that last game. And
10 seconds
he's got his work cut
remaining.
out for him. He's going to be playing the Spectre again here in game number 2 in a do-or-die
5
situation for
seconds
Titan if they
remaining.
want to make it to the grand finals. If they lose, they're still in the tournament. They'll play a third-place decider competing for $500 US
Reserve
dollars,
time.
but what all these teams want is to be playing in that grand final, competing for much, much more. $3,000 up for grabs, $2,000 to first, $1,000 for second. And here we go. 2 more picks for both the two teams. Titans still need most likely their mid here, unless they want to run Alchemist mid, which works out okay for them. Generally, Alchemist strong on the Radiant side because you can stack your own Ancients, much like a Tinker would. But either way, it does work okay for the Alch. Just depends how Titan want to play this, what they want to run. As for Scythe, well, generally you'd say they need a carry hero, which in the past has been like a Miracle Morphling, but they banned that out themselves. So are they even thinking
10
carry hero?
seconds remaining.
Put Miracle onto a split pushing Nature's Prophet, put in the safe lane, get something else as
5
far as carry
seconds
goes.
remaining.
But I think more likely to go for a traditional hard carry. And it's going to be a Phantom Lancer. How long
Dire
has it
team
been
pick.
since a Phantom Lancer has been seen? I guess when you're casting Miracle Play, this is the kind of picks you get. You get your Rice Farming Naga Siren. You get your Phantom Lancer. And that's what we're going to get here in game number 2. You know, Titan vs Scythe, I should have known that average game time would be about 50 minutes. I went into this series thinking like, okay, best of 3, this should be really close. But I've still got, I mean, it's getting late here. I'm not getting tired just yet, but I will be getting tired towards the end of this game if it's another 50-minute one, unfortunately. Just the nature of my casting schedule here. And, well, Shadow Shaman going to be the last pick for Titan. But yeah, these games are long, grueling ones. Absolutely brutal stuff. And now we see, well, Shadow Shaman, pretty good value last pick, especially on that dire side. Being in that close proximity to Roshan, Shadow Shaman just so much stronger on that dire side. The question is Shadow Shaman mid or is Alchemist mid as well? Haven't seen those two heroes be picked up just yet, so not entirely sure. Well, we'll find out just soon enough. Wonder if Titan even know. They're not picking, at least not yet. And, well, we'll get ourselves game 2. I like both the two drafts. I mean, I don't get to see PL every day, so I actually don't mind seeing it again here. One of those things where when PL Coddle was like the go-to strategy, it was like, oh god, we got a PL Coddle. But now that we get a very little PL, whenever it does pop up, I actually don't mind it. I don't know if I should be saying that on stream. I don't mind PL on stream, but hey, who knows. Well, we'll get ourselves into the game now. It is going to be game number 2. Scythe up against Titan. We'll introduce our two teams. Over on the Radiant side, it's going to be the Singaporean squad. Scythe, Freedom. We're going to be playing on the Leshrac. We're going to see Pelosin playing the Puck. We're going to see Miracle in the hands of the Phantom Lancer. We're going to have Sanking being played by Chibix. And then finally, it's going to be Hannah on the Nature's Prophet. So they've got their full team now with Freedom stepping in. He was not here last game. He was... they had a stand-in for him, or at least someone tagged up as a stand-in, so I assume that's a stand-in. Over on the dire side, we've got Team Titan, the Teen Titans. We've got Net playing the Shadow Shaman. We've got Extinct on the Visage. We've got KYXY on the Spectre, and that leaves mid lane in the hands of Yamate on the Alchemist. And then finally, Ahaya going to be playing an off-lane Centaur. Ahaya, to me, has been the most consistent strong player on this Titan team. He's had 2 fantastic games. Well, he's had 3 fantastic games so far. This is their 4th game of today. And that's the other thing for Titan. They're getting fatigued. They've had a longer day. They had a best of 3 against Sahara, even if that was a fairly straightforward 2-0 win. They go straight into another series. Well, not straight into that, about a 30-minute break, but they go into another series, have a long, grueling game. For Scythe, that was their first game. It would have been long, it would have been tough, but they come back and say, well, that's 1 game of best of 3. For Titan, it's like, crap, that was our 3rd game of today. We've got 2 more games if we want to win this series. And that's the other thing. Titan lost that game. So they're probably thinking mentally, like, if they're going to win this series, they've got to win 2 games in a row, which is a pretty exhausting thought. But as for Scythe, they can think about this 1 game at a time. They can say, look, we play to win this game. And then if they lose, well, then they reevaluate. Say, how are we feeling mentally? Are we fatigued? Let's just give that last bit of effort for the final game. But for Titan, they've got to be thinking the only way they can do this is to give it their all 2 games in a row. So, here we go. A bit of a pause coming out. It looks like Hannah just disconnect, unfortunately. Oh boy. Miracle Phantom Lancer. Here we go. What are the predictions? How long does this game go, guys? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Let me know in chat. Over under 50 minutes. What do we think? I'm thinking it goes under 50 minutes actually. I think, well, I don't even know who I think's gonna win, but like if Titan get ahead early, if they get some momentum, like they've got a Shadow Shaman to push down towers. Alchemist is a pretty good snowball here, and Spectre just means if he's snowballing, he gets a really fast Radiant. The problem comes is if Scythe, it's a fairly close game and Scythe pulling ahead slightly, it's going to take a long while for Scythe to end this game. PL, he's going to want to farm. Nature's Prophet, maybe similar story. Maybe he'll look to actually apply a bit of pressure, but a PL Nature's Prophet draft. Oh boy. As Hannah does head up towards that top lane. With the boots build, the 2 pulled tangos, double clarities. Time to see where Freedom and Chivix look to go with this support duo of theirs. Well, it seems okay now. No problem. I'm doing good. Unfortunately, there's no Dota TV audio. That's the bad news. Oh, maybe the admin's lagging. I mean, I'm in the US, so my ping's gonna suck. Yeah, I got 200 ping. That's actually not bad. Holy crap! I got 200 ping on Singapore server. Oh, Peloton says lag. Huh? I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. A higher here at the bottom lane. Freedom thinking about going for a stun maybe. The first pull gonna come and he's just gonna go for a bit of harass. No return level just yet. Probably thinking if he wants to even get it. It's always a tough thing here as a center in the off lane. Like, what do you actually go for? The return makes it a lot harder to harass him, but without the stout shield, it's harder to justify the return. And for now, he's just going to save onto that skill point. Goes for mid lane, we get the Alchemist versus Puck matchup. Somewhat even matchup in an odd way. You'd think, oh, Alchemist melee, he's going to struggle, but Alchemist gets a fast bottle crows, spams the acid, and Puck actually does not just win this lane particularly. That's where we're going to see Centaur rotate towards mid, and Puck's already fairly low if he's not careful. He'll have phase shift, he'll have orb, so you need to try bait out the orb before you can even think about going in. Maybe Alchemist can proc the phase shift. He's going to go looking for a stun here. Orb to the high ground, the stun gets dodged here. Both stuns get dodged. Nice play from Pelosi. Jukes him to the high ground, and his bottle not up for a bit. He's actually in a bit of trouble. His last one at that. So he's going to be very careful here. Yamate did use a good chunk of his mana, but he's bottle crowing right off the bat. He's got 10 CS to the Puck 7, so he's having the much better start here in the mid lane. As for top lane, that's where you've got your farming Spectre, and looks like Nature's Prophet not having the most fun there. And Puck, there we go. He's got his bottle now. Bit slower than he would have liked, and that's where Yamate going for that bottle rush really helps him. This Null Talisman for Puck is nice and all, but in this kind of a matchup, he's almost thinking like, oh man, I should have just gone for the rush. And we're going to see a Hio in a bit of trouble. Looks like it was just maybe a smoke wraparound from behind. I'm not sure how they got here, but it's Centaur actually getting away. They came in from behind, and it looks like Centaur just ran downwards and gets out of there. The boot's helping him out. Sand King, Leshrac, no boots on either of the 2 heroes there, so they didn't really have the movement speed to keep up. And PL does have level 2 Lance. He's going... Okay, he hasn't gone stats, he's just saving the skill point. So if he needs the doppel walk, he'll level it up. If he doesn't need the doppel walk, he'll just save him, and maybe later on in the game just suddenly stack a bunch and juxtapose once he's ready to start pushing. Nope. Now we get a bit of lag and spikes. I don't know when it's lagging and spiking. I just assume it's fine. But we'll have another quick pause. Chill out for a bit. Sounds like the FPS issue seems to be fixed a bit. Do apologize that the Dota TV audio issues are not, guys. We'll have it hopefully sorted for next week's matches. We'll definitely have it sorted for next week's matches. But for now, bit of a pause coming out in game number 2 of our SEA Best of the Best action. And so far, it's been a fun day of SEA Dota. We had a fun couple days. We had our first quarterfinals yesterday, which was some fantastic matches. We got to see Arrow Gaming actually get defeated 2-1 by Execration. That's been my favorite series of the entire tournament so far. Execration just looked really good. Arrow Gaming played solid as well. It wasn't their best games, but the series as a whole was really tense, really close, a lot of fun to cast and watch. And it was a lot of fun. And then today we've got Titan vs Scythe, so can't really complain, that's for sure. Looks like both teams, well, one team's ready to go. Titan's ready to go. They're asking to go. And so I'm not going to get underway just yet. Yep, both teams make the call. Let's go. And it is going to be, well, so far Titan with a slight CS lead. Looking at just the couple top CSs. Spectre as well as Alchemist out farming their opponents. The opposing farming PL, the Solar mid Puck, but still very early days. And Puck really, now that he's got his bottle, can bottle Crow, can get runes, not to mention his high level nukes. Now he can actually start to pull a little ahead of the Alchemist and farm theoretically. Like his biggest struggle is that very start, but now at this point he can just harass a bit better, use the nukes as well. You can see here, actually, you gotta be careful if he hits another orb. Yamate could be in a bit of trouble here. Pelosi, is actually gonna go for this kill? Surely not. Worst. What's worst? Okay, apparently it's lagging. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I'm not sure if they're happy about that pause. So Puck to get this kill would have been tricky. I mean, I'm okay. It seemed I'm okay. Yeah, I seem to be fine. No problems here. But hey, I'm casting from the US, so I don't really know. Well, doesn't look like Centro's in any trouble bottom lane. It's just the mid lane we're looking at as far as action goes. Once this pulls in, Sanking, he's got his pull going. He's happy. Gets a bit of farm, gets a bit of levels. He needs to, he's already stacking. I was about to say this is a big thing for Sanking. Stack these big camps. Once you get that level 2 Sandstorm, farm away. You get that 9-minute Blink Dagger. All by neutral stacking. Is this a remake? Remake or riot? Let's go. Well, one team, it looks like says try again, and we'll see if things are any better maybe in a second here. Does this Puck go for this goal? He just got his bottle back, so he should be able to bottle. I don't think Pelosi can get this. No, he's not even going to try. Okay, now I'm getting the lag. Okay, I felt that. Oi. That's not good. Southeast Asia servers having fun. Good old time on the ranch. Well, okay. Yeah, that was even worse. That was the first time I noticeably felt the lag. Very jittery. Not the same kind of FPS issues from last game. Yeah, before the first pause definitely is better. Okay. It is a bit laggy. I'm not sure. It's not okay. I thought it was asking me. He asked in spectator chat. I'm like, well, I'll roll with whatever. Looks like the team's in no rush. Play Brave Frontier. Well, the teams want to wait it out. That's fair enough. I get to be stuck by my lonesome self. Sad days. Looks like both matches are lagging a bit. So there's another match going on the BTS2 channel. For those of you who don't know, it's not Mythtrust. Mythtrust got knocked out by RRQ, this Indonesian squad, who are actually looking really good right now. And RRQ are going up against Execration. So you can check that one out on Beyond the Summit 2. Twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit 2. We've also got Starlighter action underway. That's over on the Starlighter English channel. So if you want to watch some Korean Dota, the playoffs have begun. And that's over on twitch.tv/Dota Starlighter_EN. So Dota all over. Yeah, we've got some cool stuff coming your way. Beyond the Summit with 3 streams running concurrently. Dang. That's why that's partly why we've had some issues with our new setup. We've just got all these streams going on, trying to manage everything, and not everything was set in place to actually make it possible. But for next week, guys, our studio will be fully functional, so we can actually get you guys in Dota TV listening to our voices, a wonderful commentary, or sometimes wonderful commentary, I should say. But it's going to be interesting to see how this tournament progresses. I'm looking forward to it. Got both semi-finals running concurrently right now, so I don't get to see the other semi-final, but we'll be having the grand final and third place match next Saturday. And that's where we'll see exactly who's going to be placing where. Potential grand final matchup between either of these two teams, and well, the winner of Execration and RRQ, all four teams looking very strong right now. In some ways, I'd say like Titan are the biggest names. Titan and Scythe are the two biggest names, but RRQ and Execration are the two teams in a really big hot streak. Like to make a comparison to the European scene, like Titan and Scythe are kind of like your Na'Vi alliance of SEA. They're the big names. They're the ones you expect to win. But right now, teams like RRQ and Execration, they're like your empires. They're playing really damn well. They're on a hot streak and just winning games left, right, and center. Oh, spike. Hit. It's like jumping around. There we go. It's a bit better. Oh, no. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's me FPS lagging or actual the game lag. It feels like it's the game lag, but who knows. But yeah, so whoever goes up against either of these two teams in the final, like this, a lot of people will be saying like these are the two best teams and they're meeting in the semi-final, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think all four of these teams are on very even playing field. Well, as things stand, it looks like the two teams going to be okay with things for the time being. As we get ourselves back underway in game number 2. PL actually taking a lot of damage up on me. He has got a salve here. Ohio may be looking for a kill. Can he get this double edge? Ooh. It's a bit of damage there. Miracle makes sure he gets away. He doesn't want that salve cancelled, that's for sure. But more importantly, he doesn't want to die. But the salve being cancelled would have caused him a lot of woes. Probably see him look to rush a drums. He seems to like doing this, unless he wants to go a little more like Aquila base build. Get a ring of Aquila, get a magic one. I don't know if you want to get the ring of Aquila and the drums. You'll just end up wasting a lot of gold. Well, not so much wasting, but spending a lot of gold on these smaller items when you want to go for your Radiance, Diffusal type stuff. What if he... This is Miracle. I'm guessing he goes Radiance. We'll find out soon enough, but I wonder if it is going to be a Radiance or not. My money's on yes when it comes to Miracle. When in doubt, he's going to Radiance, Split Push, and Radiance farm neutrals. Send illusions to all different camps at once, and farm. Oh, Sanking. He's hit his level 3, so he's got that level 2 Sandstorm, and it looks like he'll stack it once more. Needs to get this timing right, not the easiest thing to do. Well, yeah, it looks like he's got this one. Yep, so this will be a triple stack. He'll farm that using the Sandstorm, and that'll help him out. Get himself onto his way to his own Blink Dagger. His Alchemist picks up some treads of all items. Okay. Generally, you look towards like a mech rush and your Soul Mid Alchemist can still do that with the treads. Go for the mech for the team. See what he follows this up with. As so far in the mid lane, it is going to be Puck, who's now on par. Like both these two mid here are sitting on 35 CS. Puck with the 7 denies and not really anything separating them. I mentioned Alchemist; he just does surprisingly well in mid lane. For a melee hero, that is. He'll do just fine against the Puck. Reminds me a bit of the DK, but he's even better than like a DK mid against the Puck. Pelosin. Oh, on the high ground. He may just... Yeah, he's going to stun his way down here. Get the stack in time. Stun two. Need to get that stack. Yeah. The problem is you stun and they're stunned. You need to get them to actually follow you, which they can't do when they're stunned, but he'll get the stack. Nicely played. He may just farm it now. He's got the level 2 Sandstorm. No reason to wait to stack it again. So far, no first blood. 7 minutes in. Both teams just happy to play things slowly, safely, passively. 3 Titan heroes around the mid lane, and that's a bit surprising considering Titan have a Shadow Shaman Visage combo. The Visage especially can benefit a lot. He's been actually stacking neutrals, but it looks like Yamate going to fall back, farm that up. Visage, well, he needs this level 6, which is where I would almost like him to sort of leech some of that experience. It looks like he's been given the mid lane to leech experience, well, to just take over. He's going to get all this farm, and it's an Alchemist rotation just to the jungle. Finds another stack, going to farm another stack. Well. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to see Pelosin. He's got up to 1400 gold, so he's going to be looking for that fast blink now. No treads sort of cut any corners here. Yamate back heading towards mid lane. Center as well. Ahayo's just abandoned bottom. He's realized that he just cannot lane against his PL when there's potential supports there. And PL, he saved up 2.4k gold. He says screw drums, screw magic wand. Who needs Ring of Aquila? straight to the Radiance. If no one's going to come and contest his lane, he doesn't have to get any sort of cheap, cost-effective items. He just goes straight for the big kahuna. Straight for the Radiance. Straight for that shiny, shiny sword. Well, D-Ward coming in this the top lane. Hannah gets the lane ward taken care of. Nope, he's not. He gets the jump. Goes for the safer option. This is the more secure. I mean, I talked about this last game a bit with this Naga Siren. It's all about, sure, you maybe slow down your Radiance by like a minute or two, but it just means, in theory, if you don't go the drums, you can get ganked a lot. You're very vulnerable and susceptible to getting killed off, and that's where, with the drums, you get tankier, you get the mana pool, you get the agility. It just helps you out all across the board. Hannah at top lane though, he's getting dived here. He could be in a bit of trouble. His Spectre going to drop the horn as well, so first blood goes to your Spectre of all heroes. Great result coming for Titan here. The horn, well worth it. Spectre even getting the experience of that kill as well, so nicely played. Nicely played indeed, and Miracle now gets his drum delivered at bottom lane, so we'll see what he looks for. I mean, I keep talking about the Radiance, but there's still always a chance he just goes for the more standard Diffusal Blade PL build. I don't think it's not like his Naga Siren where you know he wants to go for that Radiance. With his PL, I've seen him do both, I want to say. I've seen him go to Radiance, but I've also seen him go to non-Radiance PL play. Freedom have been very quiet, and that's a bit of a worry when the Sand King Lesh has been this quiet. But look, Chibix has been quiet for a reason. He's hit level 7. Not to mention is just 200 away from a Blink Dagger. So yeah, he's quiet with good reason. Now he's going to have it. This is his Blink here. This camp, level 3 Sandstorm. He needs to get, we'll probably go up to, Leshrac going to help out a bit. But yeah, he'll probably go up to, yeah, gets a point in Epicenter, gets another point in Stun. Got that even third point in Sandstorm just to jungle a bit faster, which may as well. He's not really taking part in fights. Problem is now he's out of mana here, which is where he'd love an Arcane Boots or some kind of mana range. And the Battering is there though. Maybe he sort of inspects that. Leaves a Noga even for the PL. I guess that's for the PL. Picks up a Blink. Bit low mana here. Only has the mana for the Blink Stun. No Epicenter at the time being. 1 kill in the first 11 minutes of the game. There's a lot at stake here for these Southeast Asian teams. Pride on the line, but more importantly, a pretty big tournament for the Southeast Asian region. For a lot of the Western viewers, you'll look at this and say, oh, it's just a small, like $5,000 cup. But for the Southeast Asian region, this is a big, big deal. This is the biggest online tournament of the year so far. Nothing has actually matched this in prize pool. The last thing that matched this in prize pool was the ACG Grand Finals at the end of the year last year. We're going to see Initiation come in. Puck can actually, oh, it's actually the Sun onto Freedom. He's going to go down 4 hero Dream Call, but there's no follow-up damage. You may keep him in place with the Dream Call, but you're not killing him. And that's Yamate's fast mech. He negates a lot of that Dream Call damage and the orb damage, and once he's got that mech, there's just no turning that fight around him. Yeah, Titan bring 5. The entire team commit to that one. No Serpent Wards for this mid lane, but they've got the familiars. The T1 tower should take a relatively easy fall. And much like game 1, we get to a situation where it's all you, Miracle. What are you going to do? What's the plan? Oh, that double edge. Ahio may regret this one. Miracle just going to kind of kite him along. He pops a drum. He's just going to right click him down. There's another lance in a second here. Ahio's in all sorts of trouble. He dies. Big mistake. And now Miracle may just get this tower as well. The siege creep's there. Tower gets down to deny range, so Miracle, if he wants this tower, he better go in for it. Well, heroes rotating. They do not want to give Miracle a tower. Even if it's just tier 1, that doesn't matter too much. It's about the gold going directly into the PL's pockets, but he knows that they're going to try and punish him going for this tower, so looks like Miracle not going to take the bait. The Alchemist is nearby, as is the Visage. They haven't actually got detection right now for him, so maybe it would be possible, but he'd rather play things safe. Go back to the jungle, continue farming it up. He's up to 2k gold, so Radiance could well be popping up fairly soon. Oh, there's an initiation. There's your Blink Sun with an Epicenter. They're going to go on KYXY. And he's going to go down. He's going greedy. Last game he went for the fast Vanguard. This game he thought he could get away rushing a Radiance with just Phase Boots. And that's where Sand King, as soon as his Blink Dagger comes into play, he says, okay, let's hunt this guy. He wants to go greedy. I'll find him. I'll punish him. Centaur, Blink, Silence. Are we going to see a coil or... Yeah, the backup's too far away, I guess. Maybe if Prophet had mana for a Wrath of Nature, but not going to be the case. And he gets back to base. Has his minus up, and actually going to throw an ultimate here. Just a casual Wrath of Nature, going to help Luke to stall this bottom lane. There is a mech though if Alchemist wants to pop it, and
is under
Looks like
attack.
it's not near just yet. TP's going to start coming in. The puck going to be the first one. Onto the tier 2. Needs to be careful. Shadow Shaman is nearby, and that's your chain disabler. The Hex, the Shackles, it's all there if they need it. And I think you just got to give this tier 1 tower up. Not much to be gained trying to contest it, unless you get a full 3-4 man TP on top of it right now, and that's just not coming. And uh-oh. Trouble's brewing. The highest got his Blink Dagger on Centaur. Talked about him being one of the big, influential, and consistent players the last few series. So far, involved in none of these kills, but you still got to look out for him in the future. I think that's not really something to criticize that he hasn't been in any of these kills. He's been just leeching and trying to just keep up, get this Blink Dagger as early as possible so he can actually take part in these fights to some extent. Well, Shadow Shaman TP's back towards the mid lane and hoping maybe for a PL kill here. PL actually is going for the defusal, so no Radiance this time around. Going for your more standard split push as well as just carry PL. I mean, you can just split push without Radiance end of the day. Radiance on PL is just one of those kind of silly luxury items. You generally do have to go as your first item, but you then just need to farm for so long. You can just fight with a Drums Defusal. You're actually really strong with Drums Defusal. I think he realizes that Titan have a great pushing line. There's going to be initiation in. They want to get the Shadow Shaman, but the mech is there. The Stampede gets used to counter initiate as well. They just get destroyed. Alchemist with a double kill gets the Leshuk the Sand King. Lesh kills off the Shadow Shaman. I think that was like the Edict damage or something. Yeah, the Edict damage kills off the Shadow Shaman. I don't think that was even a necessary death by Titan, so bit of a freebie going their way. Puck is going to finish off the Centaur. Nicely played by Pelosin. He's having a good game, 1-0 and 2. Apart from that initiation was just insane. He had no way to get a kill there. He just brought his team to their death, which was a bit silly.
Radiant's top tower
Like the
is
mech
under
being
attack.
picked up just meant that they could not they didn't have the damage output to get any kills. It was just not a possibility. Does get himself a bit more farm now, so he'll be a bit happy about that, but got to rethink when he's actually ready to engage and what his team can actually do as far as provide damage output. Well, Treant's going in, want to scout at this potential Roshan. They know it's coming. There's Medallion on your Visage, there's Serpent Wards, there's Familiars, but they know it's coming, but can they actually stop it? I don't think so. This Rosh is just going to drop too damn fast, and for Scythe it's just such a gamble. Like, they can smoke towards Rosh, but if in the on chance that Titan aren't there, they're using it as bait, they're in the Ancients, suddenly Scythe are wasting time and just aren't getting much out of it. This is a much better option. Smoke somewhere else, give up Roshan. At this point, they pretty much know Rosh is going down. Sure, they're not there, they don't have vision of it, but this is a pretty obvious Rosh, and there's just nothing Scythe can do about it. I don't think they really thought about contesting that. I mean, sure, you've got your PL now with Drums Defusal, but he is not fully ready to fight. Alchemist with the Sanj now. Looks like he'll be going for that Sanj and Yasha build, which seems to be gaining popularity as of late. Oh, there's an Epicenter with a Blink Dagger on the mid lane. They've already brought down the Shadow Shaman. The Stampede being used, not really doing a whole lot. Chibix gets nicely chain stunned here by the Visage. The Soul Assumption, not going to finish him off. The Magic Wand saves his life. There's a Burrow Strike in 2 seconds. He'll get to the high ground. Nicely escaped by Chibix. Some good juking skills. DD Rune up on Pelosin. Can he actually get back in here? Could do so on the Visage. No, not going to see it. Inspector's got a Radiance now. Oh, that's a bit of trouble. That's something I haven't been keeping track of. PL going to go in here. They're actually just going to look to kill off KYXY. Is he dead? No. Okay, let's say, did he use the defusal or not? Because it looked like he just didn't use the defusal. Dust coming in. No real PL anywhere nearby, but you can see this Spectre still very squishy. This Naked Radiance build is just... I don't dislike it. Like, he got it at a really good time, but I think we've got maybe a bit more out of this. Looks like we are going to see some kills in mid lane. Freedom? Actually, no. They killed the Spectre illusion. They need to kill this one as well. Freedom, one more right click. That's Familiar's going to get him. Spectre also killed off the Nature's Prophet. That was in the jungle, so couple kills go the way of Titan. They get themselves a 7-5 kill lead. Alrighty. And for the PL, he's just going to keep on being as annoying as possible. Harass away in mid lane. This Alchemist does have the Aegis, so he's not really the good target to be harassing away on at all. Miracle will find an Invis Ring, pick it up, rotate towards top, and Puck is gone, Dagon. I think realizing he is burst damage, that's where he went in mid lane, caught out 2, and then Alchemist just mechs up and heals up his teammate, and they didn't have the burst damage to kill anyone. He's thinking, I've got to do this all on my own. So Pelosin thinking, okay, burst damage it is. Well, it's going to be a tricky one to break potentially, as Pelosin is going to be pushing towards this mid tier 1 tower. They want to. This is actually completely undefended right now. KYXY doesn't have the horn, so this tower is free. They are going to go for a tier 2 bottom tower trade, so it's actually Titan getting the better trade. TP's coming in. Alchemist already channeling the stun. The Stampede's used as well. Chibik should be the first to take a fall. He can't actually use the stun. The Waning Rift from Puck causes a self-stun. This could actually buy side some time. Chibix is looking to get out of here. Needs to get away from the Spectre. The Radiance damage is going to come in. Great high ground split earth. Saves the Sand King, I want to say. I think that would have actually been Sand King's death if it wasn't for that split earth. And, well, Scythe, they may lose this left strike here, but they got a tier 2 tower drop. PL is just split pushing Freedom. Not going to get the stun up before he goes down. In top lane, a lot of damage being done here. The split push, the Rat Dota. Oh, Puck. He caught someone. He caught his TPing Centaur by the looks of things, but meanwhile, Spectre gets a kill here. Puck, has he actually stopped some TPs? It less what it looks like happened here. He gets himself home, and his top tier 3 tower gets down to half HP. I think that was actually Puck stopping TP's top, because he was being very disruptive on the backline. So Coil was on cooldown, so he can't actually cancel TPs, but maybe just distraction. Creating space for the PL and the Nature's Prophet. And this is irreparable damage. Prophet's going to have a Necro book now, I believe. Necro 1? Yeah? Okay. Gotta feel that Scythe's position in this game is still... They're well in this. Titan's been the one sort of setting the tempo for the large part. They've got this Radiance on Spectre, but we saw last game Spectre is never by any means invincible. And KYXY, he goes back for the drums afterwards. And this is where you look at this and just think he should have just got the drums first and had a slightly slower Radiance maybe. With the drums, he can fight a lot more. He's a lot more durable, and just it kind of, in some ways, can just be that sort of little safety net. Like that's where Miracle loves to go for that fast drums. He's now picked up a Yasha, so we'll be looking towards the Manta style. Some extra illusions coming into play, and just extra confusion about when he does maybe get latched onto, just being able to pop that Manta style to escape, dodge spells, and do so much with. And well, I'm feeling confident they can go for a push. They have got Serpent Wards plus Aegis, and this is where last time Scythe said, you guys can have it, we'll go for a counter at top or bottom lane. And right now it looks like bottom lane where Scythe may be best positioned to go for a tower trade. The tier 2 will go down pretty fast though. We'll find somewhere to stall things. Prophet maybe needs to TP down bottom, and looks like Prophet's actually just going to stay around top lane. Tier 2 tower, it looks like, oh, Pelusa's been caught out. The Hex is there. Jeez, Prof, what are you doing, man? What's the game plan there? That's what I don't get. Leshrac taking a lot of damage in the base here. The Spectre ultimate almost killing him off, but like, what's the plan out here? Like, what are you trying to do? The entire rest of his team was on the high ground, just playing it safe. Like, maybe you get a couple bit of harass off. Like, you can throw an orb, a Dagon, and then blink away, but that's best case scenario. You harass a few heroes, chip them down low so they can't push high ground, but they can't push high ground anyways, even if you stay there. So Pelosin just trying to get a bit too cute. Get punished for it, and that's an unnecessary kill that Scythe have given up now to Titan. 3k gold in the hands of Yamate. His age is about to expire, which is the good news for Scythe. They're probably thinking, we want to try and fight now. The PL's getting pretty strong at this point with the Yasha Diffusal, and this Spectre, before he gets something like a Heart of Taras, they want to maybe try and be able to focus him down the fight. Just 1100 HP, that means they're not going to be too much damage being dispersed, and just in general. Still capable of dealing with this Spectre. But if you give him too much time, he'll get a Heart of Taras, and suddenly he'll get a whole lot scarier. Even just a Manta style. Oh, Blink's on the top lane. Hannah could be in trouble. The Familiar's helping out. Yeah, Hannah. Let me go down to the... Oh, the Soul Assumption, not enough damage. They let him get away. Centaur could have got one more right click off. They just thought he was dead. They saw the Soul Assumption fly and just backed off. You know, Titan have just... They've been wonky this whole day. Like, even the series they won 2-0 against Sahara, they had some very shaky plays at times. Here we go, Epicenter. Blink at top lane. They're going to hit 2. They want the Visage. They'll get the Visage. They may get NWP as well. He's got no Aegis here. Puck going to get shackled up. Pelosa, it looks like he'll take a fall, a higher. To make sure this one, no, he doesn't. Once again, they're not just securing kills. Puck is still alive. He does finally go down, but Titan, man, secure your kills. KS if you have to. I don't care. Your teammates don't care. Someone take the kill. Make sure you finish off these heroes. That's the big problem right now. Chivix is ready with another blink stun, but everyone's just already healed up. And T1 tower goes down. Miracle. Split push is the name of the game. TP. Oh. What? What am I watching? It is truly March 22nd, 322. Because we've seen some big questionable throwy plays, and that was definitely one of them. That one takes the cake almost. Actually, no. Nothing takes the cake except for the KYXY Manta drop. For those of you just tuning in, Game 1, KYXY, as Spectre, like 45 minutes, maybe like 40 minutes in, dropped his Manta Style to recover a gem. Never got his Manta Style back. He had to rebuy Manta Style, which was 5k gold. At the end of the game, he could have had a heart, but instead he had to buy a second Manta Style. Puckman, what? You crazy. Once again, Peloton just being a bit too cute. Orb to the high ground, blink on out. Oh. Well. Puck now. He's up to level 13. He's leveling this Dagon. Gets the Dagon level 2. Roshan fast respawn as well. Whoa. That's an insta respawn. That's a like 8 minute, 4-second Roshan respawn. Titan, are they going to scout this out pretty fast maybe? This tree hasn't scouted out. Did Titan even go in and see it? They're probably expecting this Roshan to be longer, but it's already back up. PL will have the Manta Style soon, yep, and Titans, they see it. They got the Absent Spray. They can definitely go for this. Stampede being used as top lane. That's where the trouble's at. Uh-oh. Miracle gonna go down. Nicely played by Titan. They get one kill. The Sankey getting very low as well. He goes down in the end. The Spectral Dagger actually chases him down, so KYX with a double kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's pings. They want to get Hannah as well. There's no wards scouting at this game. NWP may just get... Well, he's got the backup of the Visage, so this should be a pretty straightforward kill. Nope. TP out. Nicely played. Well timed. Picks up his Necrobook 3, and, well, you see Titan. They TP the Alchemist towards his top lane. This T3 tower may just go down. This could just be Rakdos here. Puck orbs in. Well, blinks in, orbs out, I should say. This wouldn't inflict as much damage as possible, but suddenly Rakdos under siege. There is a glyph, but... PL, no buyback. Sanking, no buyback either. Rax is still standing, and Titan, they get cold feet. They don't want to commit to this one. They do finish the Spectre Manta Style now, but they decide now that they're in no rush to take Raxus. They can get this Aegis, reset, and look for another push here. They'll have the Assault Crest as well on Alchemist. Their farm is just getting ridiculous. You got to feel we're going to a game 3. This game really has that air to it. As far as what Scythe can do to turn this one around, like the PL was looking scary for a while, but the last few fights all going the way of Titan, and a steady decline in the gold graph. 10k now in favor of Titan. Same story with the experience. Ancients being stacked as well. Titan just being very efficient all over the map. And well, no Naga, no win apparently. Miracle gets his Naga Siren game 1. They had a fantastic Ancient Apparition as well, and they managed to take the game in long, typical Miracle 52-minute fashion. But game 2, without the Naga Siren, they've got the Phantom Lancer, but it just doesn't seem to quite have the same oomph to it that the Naga Siren did. In comes Yamate. They want to go into this Roshan, but it looks like they've got the acid here to deal with this. Will they drop the Serpent Ward is the big question. There's a Hex. No Shackles to follow. They do break the Lincoln. Looks like Serpent Wards are maybe being saved for a potential fight here. They do see Chivix at the top lane. TP's coming, but that's just profit going through these Ancients, so Roshan's free. Oh, so free. Will be picked up by your Spectre. He has Phase, Vanguard, Phase, Manta, Drums, as well as Radiance, so pretty much all you could hope for a 27-minute Spectre. Let's just hope he doesn't drop his Manta style again. Oh. Drops Manta, picks up Aegis, and loses Manta. Oh man. End of game. Well, maybe not end of game. They could probably still win almost with him dropping a Manta style. Last game was so neck and neck. That's where that Manta drop really cost Titan, it felt like. You get those close games and, well... Chibix lurking around, playing that tree hydro roll. He's just going to be annoying. Split push these lanes. Yep, comes out. Pushes one way. And, well, he needs to get out of here soon. If they swarm on him, he's in trouble. He TP's now. It's going to be just fine. As Titan have got themselves a creep wave. Like, they don't need that second creep wave. They can actually go on this high ground with this one creep wave there. They've got to make it with this creep wave. Because once this creep wave's dead, there's not a second one. Well, there's the remnants of it. Half a creep wave. Not even. A few little bits and bobs of a creep wave. Alchemist picks up his Assault Crest. So this is definitely the timing, I think, that that Titan want to go high ground. The Aegis on the Spectre,
Dire's bottom
he's got
tower is
buyback as
under
well, so he's
attack.
essentially got 3 lives if he
Dire's
saves the Hornets as well.
structures are fortified.
Bring your Alchemist with him, Assault Crafts. They're gonna... Oh! This is over here in the jungle here. It looks like Alchemist could be in trouble. He's possibly being scouted out here. He has not got the Aegis here. He's still okay for the time being. With the Chemical Rage up, he's reaching a lot of HP. Feels like they need to be able to get him. Meanwhile, top Rax is possibly taking a fall here. And yeah, nothing they can do with this. Rax is going to go the way of Titan. They get the first save Raxes of the game. We're going to see Initiation coming in. They bring down 2 already. The Sand King, Leshrac both take a fall. It's a split push battle going on. PL going to fight the Alchemist. This Alchemist is just solo defending. The Assault Cuirass is just doing work, making this Alchemist unkillable. Chemical Rage plus Assault Cuirass. He's just man-fighting Miracle. Miracle forced to TP back, but Titan get Raxes. They still got Aegis. They didn't really lose anything whatsoever. All gains on the Titan side. And, well, from here on out, Titan are in complete control with Raxes already down 29 minutes in the game. They pick up the Aghanim Scepter on your Visage. Spectre can pick up his Heart of Tarask if he wants to, maybe in just about, what, 800 gold? Sell his TP scroll, he's practically got it, and KYXY. This time around, no mistakes. No mistakes from him. Miracle, you've got your work cut out. He's upgraded his Diffusal level 2. I like this choice. Gives you a lot better stats, not to mention the most important aspect is increasing the mana burn from 20 to 36. When you get a lot of illusions up, that's almost doubling their damage output. So much of that is the mana burn, not to mention the impact of a lot of these heroes just having, like a hero like Spectre being unable to use Spectral Dagger and Horn. Be unable to use his Manta Style. Same for a Centaur, being unable to use a Hoof Stomp. Just because he has 1, 2, 3 illusions on him. That's where that extra mana burn can really be very handy. Titan now looks like they're ready to go high ground. They pop the pipe here. There's a blink initiation from the puck. He's not looking to fully commit to this one. He just wants to jaunt his way out of there. Spectre taking a lot of damage. The tower now under siege here. There's glyphs soon, but not quite up just yet. It's going to be up in about 5 seconds time. Sankin goes in. Fire Strike on a couple. Doesn't go for the epicenter just yet. I think recognizing he needs to catch out some of these squishier heroes with it. Getting the Spectre is just an Aegis. The Alchemist, he's unkillable. And, well, Titan, they swing bottom. They pop the drums. They're looking to end this game. NWP on the front lines. GG's called here. They're going to lose the Spectre Aegis, but it looks like it's all over. Puck going in for one last hurrah. Miracle's called the GG. Is this a PGG GG? It's the Russian GG? No, there's a second GG. They'll call it. They'll tap out. We're going to a game 3. Titan have done it. They bounce back. Even up the series, guys. Whew. Oh boy, oh baby, that's what we wanted here. We get ourselves a full 3-gamer, 2 very evenly matched Southeast Asian teams fighting it out in the ACG SEA Best of the Best. Winner advances to the grand final. They'll meet the winner of RRQ as well as Execration. The loser drops down to the 3rd place decider where they will verse the loser of that match, compete for $500. But the grand finals, $3,000 US up for grabs, $2,000 for first, $1,000 for second. A lot at stake for the Southeast Asian teams. This is a big deal as far as prize pools and tournaments go there. But guys, we'll take a quick break. When we find out, we're going to be back with Game 3. We're going to find out who goes on to the Grand Finals and who drops down to that 3rd place decider. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit. We'll be back soon with Game 3.